Dispensationalists. Evangelicals see modern Israel's role in end-time prophecy as crucial based on their interpretation of the final week, O Daniel 970 weeks prophecy. Verse 27 states, "And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week." The context shows this is the last week of the 70. It also states, "And in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease." Here he is the same prince from verse 26. However, he is not an antichrist who will make a 7-year pact of peace with modern Jews in the future, then breaks it midweek. He is the same as the Messiah who was cut off in verse 26. There is no contextual or syntactical reason to insert an antichrist into this verse, as Jesus fits it perfectly. Notably, every time the word covenant is used in the book of Daniel, it refers to God's covenant with his people. The word covenant in Daniel is never used to describe a secular political covenant. So, what is the sacrifice and the oblation? The word sacrifice, or zibach, is common in the Old Testament and is used to describe the animal sacrifices performed in the sanctuary. The word oblation, or mincha, is used to describe the drink and meal offerings which accompanied sacrifices. It was the prince who caused the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. The literary structure of Daniel 9:25-27 indicates that the cutting off of the Messiah would lead to the cessation of the sacrifice and the oblation. Thus, Daniel 9 not only explains that the prince would cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, but it also tells us how this would happen. The Messiah would be cut off from the land of the living. In John 19:31, on the cross, Jesus said, "It is finished." Immediately after this, Matthew explains that the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake, and the rocks were rent. Matthew 27:51. Christ literally made these ceremonies cease on the day of his crucifixion. It may be said the sacrifices and oblations resumed shortly after until the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD. However, these ceremonies no longer had any significance. Jesus was crucified in 31 AD, or midst of the week, and baptized in 27 AD, 3½ years earlier. Hence, probation closed for the Jewish nation in the year 34 AD, or end of the 70 weeks. The 7 years or 1 week flows just after the 69th week, or 27 AD, counting 69 weeks or 483 years from 457 BC. Again, we see there is no room for a future Antichrist or rebuilt temple, and no 1 week or 7 years tribulation in the future, so no need to support Israel based on false interpretation. See the full video for more details. Subscribe, like and share.